Yes, brothers and sisters, we are finally back. We are finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up on yourself for definitely tuning into another vibrations. This thing is actually off. I'm taking the audio from the phone, but this thing is off, brothers and sisters. This is for the podcast and what have you, blah blah blah. But big up on yourself for definitely tuning into another Mystelics reaction, guys. Don't forget to do what? Hit that like button, brothers and sisters. Smash that like button. I would appreciate that right there and then. But there's some rather interesting stuff taking place in the nature of the Caribbean, brothers and sisters. And I think I need to, give a reaction to it, brothers and sisters. Give my thoughts, my views on that of which seems to be pretty much silly when it comes down to the situation right there, brothers and sisters. Big up on yourself for definitely tuning in. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, I want to know your thoughts and your comments in the comment box below as well. But let us get into the vibrations for today right now. Of course, indicated by this article. Nature Island News. I'll actually post this article in the description below, so if you guys want to check it out, you can read it for yourself. Sye apparently is the Calypsonian, receives the pre-action protocol letter from DPP. Interesting stuff. This is Sye right there. Sye performing his brought about by this individual by Nature Island News, NIN. Calypsonian Sye has received a pre-action protocol letter from the Director of Public Prosecution, this individual, for his 2024 Calypso song. Interesting stuff right there. Take your foot, Gangster Gunslinger is the name of the song right there, pretty much in the heart of the dispute in which the DPP claimed that she was indeed defamed. The letter claimed that the song had done what? Irreparable. Some of all, you just freak me out. Irreparable damage to the reputation of this individual who holds an esteemed office in Dominica and who carries out her duties professionally with the diligence and diligence. Okay, and fairness. Your statements, according to the lawyer that wrote this thing, your statements have imputed improper motive to our clients personally and professionally and brought disrepute both to her character and the office of DPP, which she now holds. Now, brothers and sisters, as I'm reading this there, right there. Now, I'm sure that there are a lot of Dominicans that think that what is going on with the DPP is very questionable. I'm sure that there's a number of Dominicans going out there, especially when we hear a set of cases have been thrown out and all sorts of things are happening. I'm sure that there are a number of Dominicans wondering what on, brothers and sisters, not even Dominica, matter of fact. Because some of the information I got from overseas, they're wondering what on earth is going on in Dominica when it comes down to the court system. Especially, I actually mentioned this. There was an article brought about, brothers and sisters, indicating that there have been a lot of cases. Even yesterday when I did the reaction with the foreigner, Jason G, he indicated that it is very clear that there's some sort of funny business going on in there. All right? Okay, now let's put this aside, brothers and sisters. But as indicated right there, they're also saying the inspector of police, he holds a rank. Apparently, Sye holds the rank of inspector of police. And the said statement made by him may be given undue weight and credibility. And this is also further buttressed. But that's for what? Buttressed, I guess. But the fact that you perform the song dressed on some occasions in your police attire. I don't think Sye stays in Dominica anymore, brothers and sisters. I've met Sye overseas, and Sye is doing pretty well from our understandings, right there, brothers and sisters. So him being a police in Dominica is would most likely be a step down. But anyways, I don't know about that. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let's continue right there. You can read the letter for yourself. And of course, this letter was sent to DBS, Carry, a number of places to get the whole thing out to the public. We believe that this matter, what they want to do, they want him to further stop performing the song until he renders a public apology. Detest from any further performance of this song. I mean, it don't take a letter to see. Well, let's go through this thing, brothers and sisters, because So this is the article from NIH. They're telling Sye to stop singing the song, and they want a public apology, and she also asked for some sort of compensation, for which I know for certain she will never get nothing, brothers and sisters. And of course, the next performance that should be coming, from my understanding, is actually on Saturday. So the big question here is, brothers and sisters, will he sing the song on Saturday? Because I was told, I've seen individuals pretty much saying that he'll be performing as a guest artist on Sunday. On Sunday, Saturday, brothers and sisters. Saturday, yeah. Saturday is the finals coming up right there, brothers and sisters. So I know Saturday is going to be crazy, but I definitely want to see him perform. Now let us get into the song right there, brothers and sisters, for which we have the performance brought about by Ozone Media And of course, we're gonna get into that right now. So apparently some dude came up. I guess that's the gangster gun Slinger. The partner's still alive. And he put something on his shoes. He's still standing up. That was the funny part to be actually reacting to this. That was very funny right there. Terrible acting. Terrible. I don't think they hire Mr. Sye to act. You had one job to do, sir. One job. Hey. Yeah, so Sye coming through. He says start to stop the gun violence, you know, in the nature island of the Caribbean, which I agree. I think that is a wonderful thing to say. Oh, won't you think so? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
When gangsters face retribution, yeah, hypocritical love is young men who have no care for life. Not even the life of their mama. And the irony of this unspeakable story, we are a contradictory and balanced society.
Brothers and sisters, hold on a while, eh? Hold on a while. I'm gonna increase the volume on this thing right there because this is hold on. This is kind of silly. We need technology, brothers and sisters. We have technology. Okay, guys, we are back. We have finally made it back, brothers and sisters. I had to get this thing, you know, organized right there. So let's go. Yeah, that was Babao. Okay. That sucked. That really sucked. That was absolutely terrible right there. Alright, Sye coming. I have to make that light up. Yeah, time to stop the gun violence in Dominica. I think that's a good idea, no? Alright. Yes, sir. Did I day? When gangsters face retribution, yeah, hypocritical love is young men who have no care for life. Not even the life of their mama. Not even the mama. That's crazy. Irony of this unspeakable story, we are a contradictory and balanced society. Because when the law comes down on these compulsive criminals, don't go hey, I want here, police got the forces to come. And some of them crying. They say the police lying. They just cry, no, brothers and sisters. Them people just cry. They just crying silently. To the judiciary, they're crying. If you let them get on their time. Man, it is a dreadful shame. We are confused. Who should carry the blame? The mothers out there raising children with no father. That is one of them. I've mentioned this before. The mothers with little ones with no father. Brothers and sisters, we know the father brings discipline and this kind of things there. Not like mother doesn't bring discipline, but it's very clear. Even when you look at little ones, when they're acting up with the mother and the father just show up, they behave in they stop in their dirty ways. So that is definitely one of them for sure. Teenagers don't learn no skills no more. When they feel the pinch, it's to run up water. Yep. Then return to this peaceful island with guns and ammunition to shoot down their own. Brother man, yeah man. Yes man. So take up the gangster gun Slinger. One day you have to wait. So take up the gangster gun Slinger. Okay, so the first verse, brothers and sisters, that makes sense. Stop doing certain things that will cause you to, and then you, when things hard in the country, you decide to go and go out for you to learn to survive, learning different skill sets that you should not learn, and then coming back down to destroy your brother, man. No. Okay, so first verse seems okay to me. Back at you. He's right. Because I've heard of different people, brothers and sisters, who are involved in that lifestyle. Even Tupac mentioned that. People who live by the pellet will pass away by the pellet, brothers and sisters. One day you have to answer that true. Facts. For you. That is definitely a storyline right there. So, let's go back a little. Let's go back a little. Shows no regard for me, rolling out matters flexibly, demoralizing all of we. We are forced to ask, who is the system really working for? Yes, brothers, aye. First of all, when I listen to this, brothers and sisters, I hear a question. I hear a question being asked. Who is really working for who? So there's literally no blame there. One, and when the DPP, what exactly are they talking about? Which DPP are they talking about in the first place? So when you come in to say, oh, this is what somebody's saying, and me, I feel, well, they say, who the cap fit? Let them wear it. They don't call your name, you know, lady. They don't call your name, they don't call nothing. They say the DPP. And it had DPP all over the world, brothers and sisters. I'm sure that when this man was speaking about, you know, pellet, brothers and sisters, my channel, I try to maintain a PG-13 atmosphere, so you realize sometimes I try to say certain things differently. So when they're talking about pellet, I'm hurting. When they talk about different things that take place, crime, brothers and sisters, when they talk about crime being taking place in certain, it's not just one place, you know, crime taking place. It takes place pretty much everywhere. People go different places and come back and do harm. They go to America, they learn their dirty ways, they come back and do harm. Some of these folks stay in jail, and when you see them come back, hey, oh, you come and take holiday now, brothers and sisters. Jail, they come out. They come Dominica. And some of them trying to do something with them, don't get me wrong. But others, on the other hand, trying to do harm because that's what they know. That's the life that they know. I know a particular individual who told me his story. I literally have it on one of my channels. And he was talking about his story right there. And came back and, you know, trying to, you know, do things differently and this kind of things. But sometimes things that keep haunting you over and over. And the very thing that, you know, he escaped from United States came and meet him in the Caribbean. You know, those who live by the pellet pass away by the pellet. It's interesting. So when he's talking about DPP, it doesn't necessarily mean only Dominica, you know, he's talking about. Generally speaking, because when the police is going out there to do their job, and you know, there's very clear evidence out there. I remember certain circumstances happening in the nature in Portsmouth, in the nature of Portsmouth. And it's like the people had the ammunition and the Popo gave them back the ammunition. Give them back the ammunition. We're told to give them back but I tell you, it's really something else. So when he's talking about these things, who the cap feet? Ha! Let them wear it. All right, before I make noise in the place. Who is this system really working for? That's a good question right there. Let me bring it back. I think that is the real part. He's not a defender of abuse of authority. Defender of brutality. He either say your abuse or abuse of authority. It's very interesting.
I believe in impartiality. Driven by honesty. Hope the system will work for me.
Driven by honesty, he works that the system will work for him, brothers and sisters.
As an officer carrying out my civic
As
duty.
an officer carrying out his civic duty. But when the DPP shows no regard for me, that is his personal experience, whichever DPP he talking about. What is it? Some of fantasy selectively. Brothers and sisters, first of all, he doesn't say in Dominica in the first place. So, if he's relating this stuff to the United States, well, c'est la vie. Maybe other places, I was going to say something, but maybe other places that he could be as well, you know, maybe relating to that. Who knows? But the BPP has no case. But I think he's probably trying to suppress people in that regard and this kind of things. DPP, Sherma, based on the article I read. So they say, who the cap fit, let them wear it. Interesting stuff. I can think of a number of situations what he's saying there I can think of. Because you tend to wonder where exactly is the law working for? When persons who have done certain things, you know, are not justice is not brought to them, yet still they are being given some sort of credibility in society, where that they are some sort of, I don't know, role models. But when you put in these people forth as role models in society, and these folks, you know, when the younger ones looking at this, say, hey, but maybe I should try and do like this. This is not a positive thing, no, brothers and sisters. It's not a positive thing at all. Who should carry the blame? That's a good question right there. So if Sherma decides she wants to take that for her, Sherma, what? That's gonna be a hell of a thing for you to prove in court. But then again, the court is corrupt. But there's no way I'm trying to think of it from a lawyer's perspective, and based on the arguments I've heard before and this kind of things there. But there's literally, I mean, the fact that they say the DPP, that is all they can run off with. But then if you're looking at the DPP, I mean, it could be anybody. Furthermore, DPP could mean something. It could mean anything. Boy, well, they say who the cap fit, let them wear it. If you're feeling guilty, well, you take it for yourself. So I guess you're feeling guilty. Okay. Bring her back.
When the top brass of the FPS will get selective, so the benefit of some malazan. When love officers feel the pitch and trust to the voice testing, we are turning this full island to a land of tribulation.
Yep.
Turning our backs on our own population.
Hey.
Yes, man. So take the good gangster, don't Slinger. One day you'll have to answer.
One day, if there's unfairness happening, brothers and sisters, one day you have to answer. The great book says, be sure that your dirty ways will find you out. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I just said that a while ago, you know. When the system allowing you to do what you do, when the younger ones growing up, guess what? Utter chaos will pursue. Utter chaos will happen, brothers and sisters. Right back at you. So we need to stop the violence. We need to bring justice where justice needs to be served. There's a heck of a thing when it comes down to reality and truth. It's like falsehood. You ever heard when people say lies and lies upon lies over lies, brothers and sisters? And you realize the reason why they have to say more lies upon the lies is because they need to further bring the scope. Brothers and sisters, if you are right here and your lies reaching you right down here when you're supposed to be going up to tell the truth, but you right down there and you're telling more lies to go down deeper and deeper and deeper, brothers and sisters, where expect to go? Huh? It'll be clear that people clearly see, hey, what are you doing in darkness for so long? It'll be very clear when you're constantly lying like this, brothers and sisters. I'm sure you guys know what on earth I'm talking about. One Slinger, you have to answer. No crooked agent. When you're trying to find out who exactly are they working for when things have happened, brothers and sisters, and you've seen these people out on the streets just gallivanting and freeing up themselves and so forth, you tend to ask yourself, who exactly is the law working for? But the same thing where lies keep going on top of lies and lies keep bringing lies down and more lies and all these things, lies on top of lies, brothers and sisters, it's the same thing that will happen. One day, that pellet will be pointing at you. It's interesting. Very interesting indeed. That's an important point right there, you know, brothers and sisters. As you just mentioned that day, you cannot protect people from lying, you know. You cannot protect people from lying, and of course, you know, there's always a consequence as a result of that. So when people come to say certain things and they lie to you and they believe, oh, I fooled you successfully, sooner or later it'll come back to you. That is always the important thing, you know. I don't think people realize this. Sooner or later, it must come back to you. Boy, that's something else. And brothers and sisters, you think that these things are conspiracies, you know. When you can just open your eyes and see these things happening in front of you and you ask yourself, why? Why? Why are these things happening? But then again, it starts with the head, doesn't it? Doesn't it start with the head? When we're hearing all these things happening all over the place, all these people from overseas are coming to Dominica and say, hey guys, look at what is happening. And the people seeing what is happening for themselves, even though they might not know what's happening overseas, they're seeing for themselves in the nature of the Caribbean. But then, you know, they just not, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. some of these things that he's saying, I can't make them out. Certain things I can make out. Maybe that's why he didn't make, but that's a good song right there. So I don't think every word that he was saying was clear. So, or maybe it's just the audio. I mean, I propped up the audio and the vocal, the voice on this thing, and certain things that he's saying is not clear. So maybe that's why I didn't. But that's a really good song right there. See, like this, and we know a lot of love and responsibility, but I didn't get the rest. Take a look seriously.
So every state authority, let's deliver with integrity and loyalty.
Yeah, I mean, the state needs to have a sense of integrity, doesn't it? The people who are supposed to do things that are necessary for the Commonwealth, or for any Commonwealth brothers and sisters across the world, I think they need to do things the right way. Don't you think so? I think so. I could be wrong, but you know, I think so. Take your foot, man. So they are full of hypocrites, all their brothers and sisters, making things happen, and you know, you tend to wonder what exactly is justice, especially in this day and age, brothers and sisters. Very interesting question indeed. What are your thoughts, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts? These are just my thoughts on what I understood of what he was saying right there. And it's interesting that you know, they're trying to bring, you're not going to get nothing. I mean, you don't even have to be a lawyer, brothers and sisters, to understand that what he's saying there, exactly, even word for word, I mean, it can be applicable, true. It can be very much applicable, but you cannot hold the man on the basis of application. So, you, what? Hey, so you feel threatened by what he's saying because he mentioned DPP. That is the only thing we have. The only thing they mentioned the DPP. And even if they mention the DPP, who the cap fit, make them wear it. You didn't hear the Trinidadian DPP or none of the other DPPs across the Caribbean coming and say anything. I'm sure some of them heard the songs. I mean, it's Calypso season right now in Dominica and people are paying attention. I know because there are a number of persons from all over the Caribbean saying, hey, that song's nice and all those kind of things. They're even comparing Trinidad to Dominica and those kind of things are from my... So I've been in this kind of group, so I know they're listening to some of the Calypso. So you didn't hear anybody feeling threatened by these words. And if these words are seemingly being told on the stage and you decide to take it for yourself, why are you then trying to put yourself in that position if you have not done it in the first place? So the question here is, are you guilty? Who did cap fit? Make them wear it, brothers and sisters. Anyways, what are your thoughts, brothers and sisters? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the vibrations as they tend to come through right there. This is my guitar finger. All right, brothers and sisters. So you might... Yeah. Anyways, yes, brothers and sisters, big up on yourself for definitely tuning into another vibrations. I'll be dropping another reaction on the BrBpTV YouTube platform later on today. So definitely look out for that vibration, brothers and sisters. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real. Salute to the king. Be positive.